and his lineage is the best amongst us, and he comes to invite us to La ilaha illallah, and to the Tawheed, and to live for a purpose, and to know why we are here, and to know why we live. And this is something very important for you to understand. And unfortunately a lot of Muslims take it for granted, and that is the ni'mah of Tawheed and the ni'mah of La ilaha illallah. Allah ya akhi, when you go for Hajj and you spend 3 weeks or 2 weeks, 20 days, and all the people you see are Muslims, and all you see is Tawheed, and all you see is La ilaha illallah, and all you see are people following Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and then you go and you travel and you land, like in our case we stopped in Frankfurt, then you get hit. You get hit and you see all the kuffar, and you get back to a different world, يعني completely different world. When I tell you spend 3 weeks, you don't see a hair of a woman, you don't see a hair of a woman, and then you land in Frankfurt, and in an airport like that, you just get hit, and you see the world, and you see the difference, and you see the furqan, and you can see and you can compare that kind of life and this kind of life. You can appreciate the Muslims and Islam and the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala completely in different view, and you see it in different way. So it's very important for us not to take our religion for granted, and very important for us to appreciate what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given us and what He had blessed us with. Very important. And Tawheed is Tawheed, and that is what the message of all the prophets before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. And no one appreciates that more than the one who lost it, or the one who misses it, and the one who compromised it. Tawheed, La ilaha illallah. To know why you're living here, and to know where you're aiming, and to know where you're heading. That is the most important thing in life. Other than that, they live like the life, as I have said, the life they don't know where they're going, and they don't know where they're heading, and then they don't know what they're doing in this life. So you find the one of them would sell her daughter for drugs. She'll sell her daughters, and you all heard about the case, selling their daughters for drugs. The woman that she takes custody, or she takes care of her daughter that's been for 5 years with the father, because the mother is drug addict, and then the father goes on a business trip, and then the mother asks him if he would leave the daughter with her, and he says, after I saw that she's been keeping a job for 6 months, it looks like she's been on the right track. He leaves his daughter with her, his own daughter with her mother. And then she calls, a few days later, she calls the police to report the girl is missing. And then when they start investigating, they catch the girl with a man on a camera, on a hotel camera. A hotel surveillance. She sold her daughter for drugs. This mother sold her daughter for prostitution, so she can get some drugs. And a few days later, they found the girl raped and dead. 5 years old. This done to her by her own mother. That is the society we live in. Or you want to talk about fame, and you want to talk about role models, and you want to talk about examples to our kids and to the society, and people that they can't stop praising, and you all know what's happening to Tiger. He's really being a tiger these days. You all know what's happening to him. This is a role model. And this is a man, the last you expect, the most ethical and the most moral that they're always talking about. And this is what happens. 2 affairs with 2 different women. That is the life these are the people we live with. And this is the society that have divorced itself from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why should we blame their athletes if they're preachers and they're priests and they're highest levels of people in the religious sector? There are people who do these things. They steal, they commit adultery, and they're sleeping around and all these things. Those are their preachers. So what should you imagine about those people? About those people who are underneath them. So it's very important that you value your religion, and you understand the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given you, and a lot of people did not get it. فقال يزدجر أتستقبلني بمثل هذا. So what Mughira ibn Zurara tells Yazdajir at the end, after he tells him what Islam came to invite to, after he tells him what the Prophet ﷺ tells them to do, he said, then you have one of three choices. You have one of three choices. You either become Muslim and you save yourself, or you pay jizya and you pay the taxes so we can protect you, or it's the sword. Or it's the sword. فقال يزدجر أتستقبلني بمثل هذا. Yazdajir, the king, he tells al-Mughira, you dare to talk to me like that? He tells him, you dare to talk to me like that? فقال المغيرة, and listen to this, ما استقبلت إلا من كلمني. ما استقبلت إلا من كلمني ولو كلمني غيرك لم أستقبلك به. So when the king tells him, you dare to talk to me like that, he said, the only reason I talk to you like that because you asked for it. And if you have not asked for it, I would have not talking to you. Period. I would have ignored you. If you did not address me and ask me, I would have not even talked to you. فقال يزدجر لولا أن الرسل لا تقتل لقتلتكم لا شيء لكم. Yazdajir says, if it wasn't that the delegates should not be killed, I would have killed you. And there is nothing for it. None of what you asked for. Nothing. You came, you offered, nothing. I reject everything. And then he said, ائتوني بوقر من التراب واحملوه على أشرف هؤلاء ثم سوقوه حتى يخرج من باب المدائن وارجعوا إلى صاحبكم فأعلموه أني مرسل إليكم رستم حتى يدفنكم في خندق القادسية وينكل بكم ثم أورده بلادكم حتى أشغلكم في أنفسكم بأشد مما نالكم من سابور. So Rustum, Kisra says, he said, nothing for you. And then he orders some dirt. And he orders his soldiers, he said, put it over the head of the most honorable person amongst them, amongst the Muslim delegates, and let him walk out with it on top of his head. And I will send you Rustum, the king or the leader of his army. I will send you Rustum to bury you in Al-Qadisiyah. Qadisiyah was the area. To bury you in Qadisiyah. Then I'll send him back after you until he makes your life miserable more than what it is. And then they take Asim ibn Amr, one of the Muslims, and they put the dirt over his head, and they make him walk out of that place of Kisra. And then the Muslims look at that, and they felt good about it. And they saw it that it's a good news that if they were able to leave with the dirt of Kisra, that means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them the land. And even Rustum himself, Rustum, the head of his army, when he saw that, he felt wrong. He felt bad about it. And it was a bad omen. And he realized that they will be defeated. They will be defeated. So it's very important that even in the worst situations, you look positive. Because this is a mental war. And this is a psychological war. And every single day, they try to attack us. And every single day, they try to change our religion. And every single day, they come up with things to make you doubt your religion. It's very important that you stay steadfast and you stay strong and know that your religion is the best of the religions, and you know that your messenger is the best of the messengers, and you know that the message of Islam is the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So never give up and never despair and never be frustrated, and always continue strong and firm and intend to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with that attitude. So when he sent Rustum to the Muslims, now Rustum with his army is trying to face the Muslim army. So Rustum passes, or one of the people of the Sahaba he talks to first was Zuhra, and he was ally with Rustum from before and with the Persians. So he tells him, رستم أنتم جيراننا وقد كانت طائفة منكم في سلطاننا. You were our neighbor. You are our neighbors. In Al-Aqiq, they were, Zuhra was